In our typical fashion, pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
hopefully this will be a short meeting. A roll call starting at Milo.
Helen Geiger, alternate.
Doug Tupelo,
Matt Olson, member.
Bob Hamilton, ex officio.
Robert Acer, chair.
Joel Waffle, vice chair.
Max Easy, member.
Eric Salvo, member.
Thank you. No alternates are needed at this moment. Any announcements or communications? Nothing. I hope everybody got to read the minutes of.
Roberta, that this is being streamed.
Oh, yeah, this is
Thank
being,
you.
right, yeah, the meeting is being live streamed. Actually, a member of this board, an alternate. Just so everybody knows that. Thank you. Hope everybody got to read the minutes. I know somebody who wasn't here. Was Doug not here? Yeah, Doug wasn't here, so, but other than that, if you got a chance to read them and if they're good, or if you need any corrections made, entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
All second it.
Matt? Any discussion? There being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Abstain?
Me.
601 with Doug abstaining. Okay, our first order of business is a continued public hearing for consideration of an application for expedited site plan and conditional use permit submitted by Rodney Seafield, located at 160 Chance Drive, tax map 17, lot 16. And this is in the residential zoning district. It's probably wrong in the assessing database, but I know it's res, doesn't matter. Applicant is seeking approval for a short-term rental. And I'm assuming, Doug, you're gonna recuse yourself? So, I'll appoint, Kellen, I know we talked that you weren't here, but nothing really was, covered except we didn't have septic information. So Kellen will be appointed for Doug. And just so we have this proper, Doug, you need to leave the table.
Yeah.
Always something new. Okay, so where we left this was, we had the septic information came in, they had an inspection done, and that roughly's been there forever, and, the septic appears, the leach field appears to be under the driveway, so basically, that's gonna have to be watched. Yeah, I think it's a 1,000-gallon tank, but do you have more information on that?
No, here's the septic report.
Yeah, I've actually seen it. Has anybody else seen this?
Yeah, you can just see it
Yeah.
again.
Oh, okay. The only other thing that needed to be, that is included in our packet is there was a letter. Did you get a copy of this, Rodney? Get a copy of this letter? Do we have an extra copy? Yeah, the neighbor that actually the property accesses through, wrote a letter on issues with, parking on the site. And the size of the road, which actually is taken into consideration in, conditional use permit. Basically, what we need to do is determine the number of people that can use it at one time based on kind of sketchy septic information. How many bedrooms are in this house? 4?
4.
So it's going to be up to the board on how they feel about occupancy based on the number of bedrooms and septic sizing. So I'm going to reopen the public hearing that we had on this from 2 months ago. I think it was in actually September. So Al, do you want to give us your information? I know it's hard when it's been 2 months. It's starting over.
Let's see. Mr. Rodney Sepulveda submitted an application for an expedited site plan and conditional use permit for the property located at 106 LaChance Drive, located in the residential zoning district. The subject parcel, map 17, lot 16, has been used, is currently being used as a short-term rental. I conducted a completeness review and determined that the applicant has provided the board with the information necessary to make a decision. That's all I have. The proposed permitted location is on Lake Menominee, approximately 1.4 acres. The septic evaluation has been submitted and reviewed. Location and total number of parking spaces has been identified on the plan. Trash storage has been identified on the plan.
Do we have a plan?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just, I knew there was one.
I recommend approval of the expedited site plan and conditional use permit under the following conditions. Submittal of septic system evaluation, which was done. Annual life and safety inspections are required. The maximum occupancy is limited up to 3 people per bedroom. Prior, during, and after recording of the decision, the applicant shall be made aware that any conditions placed on the site plan through other governmental or permitting agencies are hereby included in this approval. The applicant or the applicant's agent shall provide the planning office with an electronic copy of all approved plans.
So the zoning ordinance actually, states up to 3 per bedroom, depending upon the septic system. So, we really don't know what that septic system was designed for. It was prior to 1977. Someone thought that they had done work, that George Peck had been down there, which some of us know who that is. But there's no filing on what was done. Of course, I think that was before they paved the driveway. He paved over it. You're looking for something? Oh, no, I thought you were looking for the cards. So, anyway, I'm going to read this letter so it's read into the record. She doesn't have to type it again, but anyway, this was sent to us prior to the September 2nd original hearing. It's from Charles and Gwen Quadro. They're on 108 LaChance Drive. Charles, Chip and Gwen Quadra owned a hunting property at 108 Lachance Drive. We've owned that property since 2010, and it was previously owned since the mid-70s by Gwynn's parents, Calvin and Nancy Scholl. We want our comments recorded in written minutes of this hearing. We are currently out of state and thus cannot be present in person to share our perspective and concerns regarding the expedited site plan and conditional use permit and the request to continue as a short-term rental. We wish to express our concern that approval to continue using this residence as a short-term rental currently listed on Airbnb will continue to add excessive traffic on a small sand private road, Chance Drive, as well as parking problems and noise. The use of 106 LaChance has been for the last year and a half or so, and currently it's an Airbnb listed as 4 bedrooms allowing for 12 occupants, and openings are listed now for this coming year. This has led at times to as many as a dozen cars property for which the actual parking lot is modest. This section of LaChance Drive is also single-lane private sand road, which is designed for the small number of property residents who have lived here for years. Additionally, the only driveway access to 106 LaChance from LaChance Drive is across the section of our property at 108 LaChance that we own, that is a main section of our single driveway access to our home. Their property does have a right-of-way to that section of our drive, but additional car traffic on our section of that driveway used by them incurs an increase in both traffic and wear and tear on driveway. With 5 grandchildren between the ages of 5 and 9, safety is a concern with increased traffic on our drive. Where's the map of that? The plan went that way. Noise has been a serious problem with renters numerous times this past year, including one weekend with perhaps 10 to 12 cars and nonstop partying and music that disturbed a large number of the residents along the section of LaChance Drive through the night and into the next morning. We contacted Rodney, who was out of town, and his local manager of the property was notified and came to stop that party, which we appreciated. But it illustrates what has happened in the past, noise and congestion wise, and what we're worried will happen again. This worry is magnified because the property is not owner occupied when rentals are occurring. In short, Airbnb short-term rentals result in a change to the culture of residential communities. Specifically, we now lock the doors to our house at night, even when we're there, or even when we go out for a walk, as we don't know who is next door at 106 LaChance. Other neighbors have expressed similar concerns. So that has to be taken into consideration on, as far as conditional use permit. It's one of the, I see.
There's,
Yeah, why don't they have the driveway come in on their own property? Well, you know what? This is the same as what happens on all these lakefront properties. The road is supposed to be here, but it's here.
What is this? Oh, this is.
This is where the road's supposed to be, although I don't think it would make a square turn, but this is where it actually exists. And then it goes that way. I don't know what that is. Oh, I see. So that's,
Their property must be.
this is to 108 and this is 106. Well, that's really close.
So technically, it's just that section you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't come in on their own frontage though. That's really odd.
Well, there's a right of way, so it must have happened at some point.
Well, this was Luke LaChance's property and he's the one that owned it all.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so. Leo LaChance, I'm sorry. Yeah. No, Luke, Leo, yeah. The first one. Luke.
Roberta, does it show how many parking places it has?
It's hard, it's not really marked on this plan. There's a driveway in and then, the backup, turn around to get out. Yeah, I don't know how to determine how much parking there is there. I know that it says designated parking here. That's what the septic system is.
Did you say? The
The leach field is paved over. Where did the septic plan go? Yeah, because I found a plan down in, downstairs and it showed, he didn't do a map in this? Yeah, there was a map downstairs that showed that the tank was here and then the leach field is now where it's paved over. So, do you know where the tank is?
I do
not.
They couldn't find it, I don't think.
No, the tank they found.
Found a tank.
Yeah, well, they found the tank,
And
you know, in the riser.
And they found something in the basement.
Yeah.
I don't have information on the tank, but I do have information for the noise. The one thing that Robbie wanted me to bring up is, like Roberta said, he was notified that those are running back out of control. They updated their Airbnb listing, put in house rules. Since then, he indicated that they haven't had any kind of an issue. So they are trying to tune that side back down, because obviously nobody wants a crazy house party, store their house.
Do you have, it was kind of brought up and nothing marked, but do you have an idea of how many parking spaces are?
So I was kind of trying to think about this a little bit. If you pack cars in like sardines, 2,000 square feet is enough space for 12 vehicles. I think there's only been two cases where it's actually been 12 vehicles on site. Most people that are gonna come to an Airbnb are not gonna all travel in their own vehicle. It's gonna be, for people meeting. If you pack them in like sardines, you could maybe get them in there. Rodney actually texted me it's just a drawing. I'm not sure how much good it will do you, but you're welcome to take a peek at it.
Yeah, see, that's where they're showing, when they're guessing. Or is this the, proposed plan?
I think he marked up the proposal.
Oh, this is the proposed, okay. Existing pool. Oh, here's where he's got cars. That doesn't allow people to get out though. If they're parked in front of each other. Yeah, that's, pretty tight parking. So how many? If you can only have, yeah, it's like, if it's limited to the, 8 people, that's 2 per bedroom. I mean, that would be,
Up to 8 cars.
well, if that's what everybody came singly. I mean, I know that, that the property is, it's over an acre, but, I mean, you can't park on all of it. And I really thought that the parking would be on pavement. Anybody else want to see this? Yeah, that's the leach field, that's the new septic plan. I knew we had it from one time.
Which he also mentioned on that front, when I talked to him today, he's intending to move forward with a new septic system in April. Is the hope, which will hopefully also alleviate any kind of questions about, is it good, where is it? All that good stuff.
You see this? I don't know, it's like, I think that having people park in a line when there's no additional room to pull out seems excessive, but that's just me.
But what are our regulations for parking?
Well, they have to have designated parking,
So,
right, on site
How many?
for whatever is determined to be the occupancy. So, I mean, we could do a temporary, because of the septic, to do a limit on 8 number of people, 2 per bedroom. And then when the septic is put in, that could change.
And how are we getting to the occupancy number?
It's based on the ordinance, it says up to 3 per bedroom, but it's based on number of bedrooms and septic. And the septic is
And how,
1,000
and how do
gallon.
we define adequate parking?
For safety purposes, I mean, it's like if they had all those spaces taken, how would a fire truck get in there?
Yeah, you wouldn't. But I'm saying, do we have any criteria for what the,
Adequate parking, I mean, using the common sense rule would be cars not packed nut to butt in a parking lot, but parked in, space, park,
So you can
so you can get in and out.
I meant numbers, so, like,
It's
it's a, I mean,
It's based on basically keeping cars off the road. Travel.
Well, it's gonna be, they have to park on site, right? So they
Yeah,
can't park
yeah.
on the road.
No, so
So
yes,
then-
adequate parking.
So he has, I would say more than adequate parking. I don't, that's for 12 occupancy to have 12 cars is kind of extreme. I mean, I don't see a scenario where we're gonna have that. But, so I think there's more than
well,
adequate
that's
parking.
what I mean, like, I mean.
And so,
different
I mean-
uses have different parking requirements typically, like, you need to have this number of parking spaces, like, so,
It's an adequate off-street parking, which he has. So the biggest thing is, it's like, is doing the occupancy. And,
so we don't define like, for 12 occupants, you need to have this number of parking spaces.
because they could, 4 of them on one car.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
I think ours is only that they have on-site.
Yeah.
Has to be on
It's gotta
site.
be on site, I think we should be parking.
So, the trash, has picked up.
Yeah, there's a dumpster out on the backside of that
Okay.
parking.
Because that was another problem that, people complain, it's like trash being. Okay, so. Conditional use permit, you have to take into consideration, the effect on the neighborhood. The biggest conundrum really is the fact that the people voted to allow basically commercial use of homes as short-term rentals in residential neighborhoods. So it's really up to the owner to make sure that it's not a nuisance. And that's the biggest thing. And the voters voted to allow it. So we just need to, take into consideration. So. I'm the only one that's talking.
Well, I don't think, Al, they've met all the requirements, correct? They've met all the requirements, they've checked all the boxes. I don't, for me, I think that any number that we restrict them on the septic is kind of arbitrary. And I think that if we, because
It's our job.
but if you say that, right, like, look at it from, he's trying to rent the place out. If you can't flush toilets, you're gonna get a bad review. And that's gonna be bad business. So I look at it from a common sense standpoint of, he's gonna have a functioning septic. The second that thing fails for one person and they put a bad review saying, great house, can't flush the toilets, smell like sewer all night, he's done. So I don't think that us restricting him, I think that, whether it can handle it or not, it's in his best interest to make sure that it can. And I think that for me that's good enough where I don't want to put an arbitrary number because I can't tell you, whether that can handle 8, 12, 10 people. But, I know this, that you live and die by reviews on Airbnb. And no one is going to rent a place where it smells like sewage, you got it bubbling up out of the yard, or you can't go number 2. That's just, that's common sense. So I'm not for restricting it, and I think that he is already saying he plans on putting a new system in. So I think to me, it met all the requirements. It's within the ordinance, and so I just be in favor to have a clean approval. And if he has problems with it, they're going to be his problems. And, certainly if the other things come up that are in the letter, then that's something that I think we have a process for. And that's why we have this ordinance in place. But, yeah.
That makes sense.
No,
I
I,
haven't done the Airbnbs, but again, if you're gonna shoot people for helping on feet off, that's on you. So again, I'm not looking to make rules for the sake of making rules, and it seems pretty obvious that he's very incentivized to not go shoot people's feet off. So we got better things to do than make sure somebody's gonna shoot their feet off.
so I would just like to remind that what does say issuance of a conditional use permit shall take into consideration adequate septic, water supply, adequate on-site parking, which we, discussed, and the occupancy of up to 3. It's not automatic, it's up to 3. And also the life safety inspection will be required.
So it does say adequate septic, but how do we apply that specifically in this case?
It was adequate septic, it's 2 people per bedroom is what the state says. That's what when they do calculate flow rates on new systems, they calculate it based on 2 people per bedroom. This is a system prior to 1977. And I think the house was added onto because I don't think it started out as a one. That's why it's a small, septic system. But,
This is on Lake Minnetonka. And
Yes.
right now they're going through everything that they're asking for, septic surveys. And they're asking those people that live on the lake, they're really trying to get it together for those people that live in Ringe, to do, a septic survey and really check people. And I know that, I believe they're asking that their septics are pumped and checked. I think they want them pumped every 2-3 years at the most, that things are being taken care of. I guess my feeling is that if he's going to put in a new septic, or if there's any failure, I look around just in my area right now where people have really added on to their homes. And it's gonna be unfortunate because when it stinks, they're gonna have me hollering like I did 20 years ago with the neighbor that ended up putting in a raised bed. So I think the neighbors are also going to, and code enforcement, whether it is with the septic or people having parties or that type of thing, if they don't want to follow the rules, then I think they're going to be in big trouble. But I don't know that it's up to us to make those decisions until things blow up.
okay, so conditional use permit, applicant's property must conform to the area setbacks, we know that. Proposed use meets spirit, intent, and purposes of zoning ordinance, yes. There'll be no adverse impacts on the proposed use on the public health, safety, and general welfare of the neighborhood and the town of Ringe. The proposed use will not produce excessive noise, fumes, or vibration, and will not diminish the value of surrounding property. And the proposed use will not adversely affect wetlands or the groundwater resources of the town of Ringe. So that's the criteria for the conditional use permit. We've combined these with the expedited site plan because, it overlaps so much that it didn't seem like doing 2 hearings. So what's the pleasure of the board?
And we've got certification from his engineer, right, that he certified that subject in that report.
They did an inspection for everything they could see. He does have a a new septic plan that's been approved. That's actually in that, what he showed us. He used it to draw on
And that's approved for how many,
for 4-bedroom house.
for bedroom?
No, he did more, didn't he? Oh, you can't probably tell on there.
I don't know if you'd be able to tell them that.
No, because he called me, to find out, yeah, he didn't realize that he was supposed to be here somebody was supposed to be here last month. I don't know if you can see on there. That leach field looks pretty big though, compared to the house, so it may
The
be.
house does still say 4-bedroom dwelling on it, but I don't know.
Well, if that,
So the new design would set them to basically 12 people.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm wondering, how do we reverse, you're saying, you're saying typically it's 2 people per bedroom is what a septic is designed.
yes.
So how are we?
This will be, the new design is for 7 bedrooms.
It would accommodate up to 7 bedrooms.
Right, yeah, it's a 7-bedroom design. So I think that takes care of that issue.
But is that our criteria going forward, is we're looking at systems as 2 per bedroom, or is there?
Says 3.
Up to 3, and one of the things that came up was the very typically, it'll be a couple and their child in the bedroom. That's why it's up to 3.
But is that from an occupancy perspective, it's 3, and then a separate criteria is septic? Because you're saying like we're supposed to be evaluating that it has adequate septic, and it's saying like.
Well, how many people
How
have
do we-
more on a system than 2 per bedroom? I mean, you have company, you do, yeah,
I'm just wondering, like, how are we supposed to?
yeah, it's like I had a 3-bedroom system and I think we had 16 people in the house. Yeah, it's like, it happens, so.
I think we were just going on if someone's, how I understood it is if somebody certifies it, an engineer certifies that it is fair or better for this regulation, then we're good, right?
Yeah, and he had issues because the leach field is underneath the pavement, so, I've seen a lot of those reports, and I didn't think it looked that bad. The riser and the outlet, the outlet pipes. So, it's functioning. So, if you want to do a conditional use permit based on, 10 or 12 people, it's whatever the board wants, feels comfortable with. And the only thing is subject to these, life safety inspection, which, the fire chief does those.
Okay.
And where I'm at.
Yeah, well, it's like,
I can repeat myself, but.
No, I think she's looking for somebody
Oh.
else to make a proposal.
The only condition that should be is that there's no more than the 12 people, there's no more than 12 cars, period. If there's complaints and they're justified and documented, then you need to look at this again. It's not
Well, I think that's
adhering to what they really.
Because I think that's our process, right, is to keep people in line, is that if people continue to get complaints, then they could jeopardize their permit.
Yep.
So it's, they're incentivized to self-regulate.
yeah, well, conditional use permits site plans, you approve the site plan. And he's complied with site plan regulations. The conditional use permit, you can have conditions put on it. It can be, issued for 12 months, that we want to provide information that the septic has been installed. That's the whole thing about conditional use permits. They're separate. Site plans do have conditions on them, but not follow-up conditions. So basically, I'm looking for, what the board wants to do on approval of the site plan, the expedited site plan for, and that's easy. That's the property. Approval of the expedited site plan, for the property, and then issuance of a conditional use permit with the specificity of occupancy, and that all parking has to be on the property. And if you want to do something about, with providing evidence of the septic system being installed, by next June or whatever, July, whatever.
Are those two separate motions?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, let me knock out one, and then if people are in agreement, we'll knock out the second one and make a motion to approve the expedited site plan for 106 Chance Drive, tax map 17, lot 16.
I'll second.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 7-0. Opposed? Abstained? 7. Okay, so conditional use permit is basically to just state occupancy, and if you want to have a condition on, there's definitely a condition for the life safety inspection. That's required. And then if you want to put in a condition on the septic system installation, I think I can't imagine them not doing it, because that system is just so, if the tank and everything is fine, but having it under the pavement when it's not meant to be, it's kind of where. So,
Let me ask two questions. How long does this permit to last?
conditional use permit, that's the other thing, it goes with the owner of the property.
So it's an infinite permit as long as the owner.
It goes with the owner, not the property. Site plan goes with the property, conditional use permit, goes with the owner.
And when are these life safety inspections done? Once a year? Or once?
That's up to the Board of Selectmen. We do it in order for them to, it's a condition of the conditional use permit being granted. But it should be annual. We're land use. The Board of Selectmen can do licensing. And I really think that it should be. Because it's the only way you can have any control over it.
And with the life safety, what did you check?
That the bedrooms really are bedrooms, that they have egress, outside egress, that the smokes are working, the fire, smokes and fires are working, that the circuit breaker box is accessible, it's not being blocked. I think there's a couple of other things on the list.
What about parking? Because there should be some language at least, right, that like, if there was a fire, that fire trucks could get in, right? Or that's
That,
just kind of
well,
beyond our
no,
scope.
no, it's beyond our scope. If you think about somebody that's having a big party, a wedding at their house, that cars will be parked all over the place. And, the fire truck, if an emergency vehicle has to get in, they're gonna have to find a way. Yeah, we can't, control that. We can't control everything.
Sure.
We're land use. So. Anyway, so the conditional use should be subject to life safety.
Rental units in town is supposed to be inspected
Annually,
once per year.
and these should be too, but we don't do that.
That's just the recognition of it.
Yeah, well, no, it's the law.
should be the understanding.
All rental properties are supposed to be inspected
Life
annually
safety
for,
will be done.
for smoke, yeah, for fire.
Something that's understood.
Well, once they're on a list, whoever's gonna do the building inspections, they should make callbacks. They should say that they're
At
gonna
least
come
in
to
the states,
inspect.
we know what's gonna be in a rental. In a lot of cases, we don't know there's a rental going on.
Well, apartment
So
buildings,
they don't get on the list.
yeah, well, yeah, so short-term rentals, once they're on the list, then they're known to do a rental. I mean, they're hotel rooms, basically.
So this basically passes muster and they'll go on the list. And if there's life safety inspections done in a given year, it gets done every year.
Yeah, that's just not us.
No.
Okay.
So you just have subject to life safety.
Number of occupants. And if you want to do something about the septic. Notification of septic installation. This should have taken about 2 minutes, you guys.
I'm on that team as far as the notification of the septic, installation and just doing, for me to, say, hey, we're 100% behind this for X amount of occupants without an adequate inspection done. And on the report there, he wouldn't do an adequate inspection of it.
Yeah,
So we don't really know what condition the rest of the system is in. And looking to approve it for a number of occupancies that we don't really know. And I just have a big opinion on myself.
so where do you want to land on the number of occupancy? You want to go with 12 now? Or is that what you want to do?
I would make it 12 maximum.
Well, yeah, that's what it
three per
is.
bedroom, but that's not saying that you can't have 6 in the living room,
Yeah.
another room, 5 in another room. I mean, total,
Okay.
total occupancy has to be maximum of 12.
Okay, I make a motion to grant a conditional use permit to the owner of map 17, lot 16 at 106 LaChance Drive, subject to a life safety inspection, maximum occupancy of 12, and notification to the town of a septic installation on July 1st, 2025.
The intent
We
was,
have a problem with 2025.
Excuse me, correction, 2026.
you already missed it.
It's cold.
Actually, when did he mail that?
Huh?
When did he mail him?
Yeah. I did say septic installation, right?
Yeah, the intended date of the septic installation was approximately April.
Yes.
What year?
2025.
I thought we say 2028.
So
Did you make that motion?
I did.
Or I'll second that.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? 700. I thought we'd be out of here.
All of that. Just adjourn.
No, we need to take care of zoning because of the ADU. Congratulations, tell Robbie. It's like pulling teeth. Okay, as usual. Okay. We do not have the conceptual consultation. They're gonna come in next month. And so Doug, you want to take your seat again? Although this is gonna be discussion. Last meeting, Al had given us information on the ADU and changes. And so I have actually written, that's what you have with the red, changes. I actually typed up and did propose changes to the ADU to be in compliance with the accessory dwelling unit law. It cannot be after we just put existing. It is permitted to be done while constructing the main house. So that's the reason for the changes, additional changes in the first paragraph.
What I don't like about it is that it has to be pulling out owner occupied.
No,
That's already part of our.
it's in the, it says, da, 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 da. It's down in the body. An ADU shall only be permitted for a principal dwelling unit in which the owner of record of the property will personally reside in either the principal dwelling unit or the ADU. No, so, but we
I
have to
just
take
didn't
that.
like to see that.
Well, the purpose was what it's providing, so I really had to work on the language for this. It's arrangements to accommodate family members or non-related people in a single-family dwelling while maintaining aesthetics and residential use compatible with homes in the neighborhood. So, accessory dwelling units shall be permitted in residential, and non-conforming single-family residential property in the zoning district. So the big changes are, no special exception can be required. It can be either attached or detached by right. You'll notice I left G in, the two means of egress, Al.
Mhm.
That's because it's law, it's building code, you have to have two means of egress. So the gross living area, the reason that those are changed is we had 750 square feet based on a 2,250 square foot house, but they have now said that 950 square feet has to be allowed. So I had to increase the square footage because we actually allow greater than the maximum depending upon the house size. And then procedural requirements is just an application for a building permit. Shall require that all plans submitted. So anyway, those were the changes to put us into compliance. And then, is everybody,
So on the old ADU, was not necessarily, it had to be attached to your egress. A door going through.
no,
That
no,
when
it has to be either, it can go into a common area and be attached, or it can be two exterior doors.
Now, not like it was before.
Right, you can't control it.
No, it used to though.
Right,
That's what that thing. So now it's just 2 means of egress. Just like a house.
yeah,
So you can go out a window or.
yeah, so that's the life safety again.
Yeah, it just goes back to that.
Yeah, it doesn't have to have,
Well, it has to be that because you can do it detached.
right. Yeah, it doesn't, it does not have to have access from the principal dwelling.
Yeah, and it used to.
Right,
That's why mine was not. So that the acreage.
right.
So. Because it is, my design didn't do it for. I got you.
So the actual, because we have to have a public hearing for this, so the actual amendment is on the next page. Are you in favor of the adoption of amendment number 1 to the Town of Ridge zoning ordinance as proposed by the planning board and generally described as follows? This will have to be passed by the town council, but I think that it covers it. To amend the accessory dwelling unit ordinance to be in compliance with the amendments to RSA 674-72 by removing references to a requirement for a special exception from the zoning board of adjustment, changing the maximum square footage allowed, and allowing either attached or detached ADU by right. So, the other thing that I brought up last year, that, I'm hoping the board will consider, is no more drive-throughs in town. I don't know if you walk the roads, but the trash during foliage season, holy cow. I could not believe, have you been down my Main Street lately?
No, not lately.
Oh, wow. I started the 1st of October, and all of a sudden, I mean, just unbelievable amount of trash. It's like where the trash can for everybody that comes north to go leaf peeping. Sad. So anyway, so the first ordinance, potential is what Peterborough has. And it's basically drive-through windows for food or beverage service are not permitted in any district. And I kept thinking about it, and it sounds like, so I thought of another option if the board, wants to think about it. Drive-through windows are permitted for banks and pharmacies in all districts where such businesses are permitted. It just doesn't sound good. It's like negative.
Didn't we a couple of weeks ago approve a business with a drive-through in it?
Yes. Yes.
I'm against it, Roberta, but that's right, because it's my business and.
It's already, if they've been approved, they've been approved.
Yeah.
We can't take it away. They're protected by zoning changes if they've already been approved. There's 5, I think, there's 3, I think, in town that have never been built but were approved.
I mean, I look at Peterborough, you go to Dunkin's and you can go to the drive-through. To me, that's
How many coffee shops do we need in town?
we like your coffee.
I know, but you've already got, there's 2.
4.
Yeah.
One.
It's like, no, I know, but I mean, it's, it has to be a balancing act.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I run that. If it's for the trash, I mean, I run the loop. And mostly what I see, especially down the road, is not drive-through stuff. It's alcohol and just cans.
The
Even
nibs
and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so I talked to the,
Twisted tea from.
Yeah, well, no,
Shut down the liquor stores, right? Leave the other ones open.
but, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be in favor of this myself either.
think of Ranch, not,
No, I wouldn't either.
no, think of Ranch.
Yeah.
What do you want it to look like? Because once one's in here, others will follow. And who do we want to supply food to? In drive-throughs. I mean, our population explodes to over 10,000 during the day because of our commercial entities. And it's just gonna bring more.
Yeah, I just think you have to have demand, like even like the Wendy's that's going in. I mean, I heard somebody say like, if John wasn't gonna do it because he lives here, I don't know that it would even happen. Like, I don't know that like we have the demographics that, I mean,
We don't.
I mean, I've asked Jamie Van Dyke's brother, he's a restaurant who grew up in town, a successful one. I've been like, dude, come back, take him for the team. Like, he's got a great concept. I'm like, put one here. He's like, call me when you get over X number of people. Like, it's like, they're not going to be beating down our doors to be, I just don't see it. And ultimately, I think, even like you got like concepts that are good concepts, like Press Cafe, for instance, right? Like you go in there, I went in there and up near Bedford the other day. I mean, barely could find a seat, but they also have drive-through. You know what I mean? It's both, and sometimes, it's convenient and it works, but ultimately, like they have to figure out the logistics to do it, and, you need a property that works, and I just, yeah, I don't see us being overrun with drive-throughs in a way that, like, we look back and go, oh, man, what
I know,
happened?
I think we already have too many. It's like,
I don't think even the amount of property we have that's available, I don't think you're gonna have, there isn't that much even available commercial, that they wanna be near the intersection, and we got one intersection.
You don't know water and sewer, you don't know where. I can't even believe it's one of them.
Well, because you owns it, right?
I'm saying, sink or swim, good luck. So you probably does not show it.
has anybody heard what's going on next door? I just got a text, Jersey Mike's.
Yeah. And,
Another paper served
Well,
restaurant.
we should, when we can, or help. There is a ton of kids that do community service, so let's have. Like, let's get.
Oh, that's a, yeah.
I'm just
Oh,
not,
so-
they kind of work for me.
So the other thing on trash, I've actually talked to the liquor store about getting rid of nips. New York State did it. The problem is they make so much money on it, but I'm going, have you ever figured out how much money is spent on cleaning it up? They don't even get out of the parking lot. They don't. It's like, and you find the same brand in the same place on the road. It's just, yeah, so drunk drivers, yeah, driving, yeah, I'm just, yeah. I think it'll take a petition to the government, but New York State got rid of them because they're trash. Huh?
Maybe from Joe running.
Well, I actually try to pick up a bottle here and there. I was like, oh. But it's not a lot, but I try and do my part, but that's a losing battle. I think there's quite a bit more than I'm picking up.
Oh, that's why I say, yeah.
If you see me crossing 119 with my alcohol bottles, I didn't drink them. They were empty when I got them.
Yeah, it
Okay, well,
wasn't me
you can-
swerving towards you, it was you stumbling into the road.
So if the board's not in favor of limiting, drive-throughs, maybe if we get another one or two, you will. I just think that, for Ringe, I just don't think
I
they're
think
needed.
that should go to, because if we don't have the directors, they're just gonna go in, buy it, take it out anyway. and
Yeah.
throw it in the trash.
Well, we see McDonald's.
No, the whole point about drive-throughs is to
Right.
get people to go inside and sit down and communicate.
But-
That's the whole
But
thing.
when you're driving your kid to hockey practice and they want a
That's
donut and you
different.
want a coffee, I mean, just anecdotally, my wife goes to
Donut,
Dunkin's
coffee.
on a regular basis, very much, and has probably never been inside the walk-in, but goes to the drive-thru all the time.
yes. Well, getting a coffee at Dunkin' Donuts, that's not a restaurant.
And,
Yeah,
and
it's like,
But,
one of the Dunkies that does not have a drive-through, they have a call-in so that you go in, like, in fact, Jaffrey has it too, and they have a drive-in also. But they go in, they call in their order, they go. they
no, and
pick it up,
it's,
And they leave.
Starbucks has it, they've got a place where you can pick up your order. Yeah. Okay, we're getting way off topic here. Okay, so is everybody good with the ADU ordinance? Not that we have a choice.
No.
So we need to post it, we need to make a motion to for public hearing.
When does this have to take effect?
This,
The state law took
This-
effect on 1 July.
it's already in effect.
Because I know there's a ton of bills coming out next year to get rid of all the bills that were passed this year. What do we need on this? This is just for discussion, we have a public hearing later.
Yeah, I would recommend that we get it done for December. I don't think there's gonna be any changes to it, because, we don't have any choice.
So it just needs to be run by, town council and then brought back for public hearing?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Well, no, we can schedule the public hearing, and we'll send it to Gary. But we can schedule it for December. What meeting day is that? to December 6th.
Is that okay by all, everyone on board on motion?
Yeah, December 6th, everybody good with that?
December sixth for what?
Public hearing on the ADU ordinance.
Yep.
It's the only planning that we have for this year, huh?
December sixth is, December second is the first Tuesday.
Oh, I'm looking at January.
You can have it on the sixth, I won't be.
I will be here.
December 2nd, sorry, I was looking at January 6th.
Where was
Yeah.
it? That was on the meter.
You should get that on.
Yeah, December, so it'd be posted for public hearing on Tuesday, December 2nd.
Hey, Roberta, what about the, we had talked about the, reduced frontage lots?
Yeah, you need to have meetings to discuss this and figure it out. I'm just talking to somebody about it. How do you come with it?
Before, up there, so, how do we?
We need to have planning sessions to figure it out, because I just was talking to somebody else that we need to do some surveying of what's available in town. So do you want to say if you've got 5 acres and do 30-foot right-of-ways so the mother lot still retains 250 feet of frontage? Or, it's like, it needs some work done. That's why I just said to Doug, no planning got done this year. And that's what he wanted to do.
I'll do it anytime.
Okay,
I'll do it tomorrow night.
But like, what's the process? You
So what,
do it
do they have a
Yes.
subcommittee and they present
Yes, that's it.
their recommendations?
Yeah, I tried to schedule meetings on the off Tuesday to take up some of this stuff. We have to come up with a plan for that. I agree. But it's, how are you gonna do it? And here's the worst place in the world to do it. Out on Robbins Road, they did 5-acre lots because it was out there, but they didn't make them upgrade Rand Road, which the development out there, we're talking 30 years ago, all the development out on Robbins and Rand, they should have made them upgrade the road. Now, everything, it's a problem.
Like, should we meet next Tuesday? And just get something? Is that, well, I don't know what you're saying, where do we meet?
Here,
Right here.
we schedule, it has to be posted.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a subcommittee,
Yeah, I never.
either the whole board can meet
Yeah.
or, a smaller group.
But if some
And
people
figure
have
out-
some ideas and they wanna hash them out, that could be a subcommittee, right? And then tell us
Subcommittee.
like, this is why, this is what we think we should do, and this is why.
Yeah, this is
I don't-
this is
I
what
don't-
I'm coming up with a
I don't-
suggestion.
I wasn't aware, I don't even know why we would or wouldn't do, so like, I know why we wouldn't, but not why we would, so.
Well, it's up to the people, but you have to come up with,
But I'm saying, if
Something
people
to
have
present.
ideas about.
I got ideas in different towns I've worked in, and Doug probably has. Like,
Yeah, no,
what seems to work.
So basically, you schedule it in public comment, is that what you're saying?
if they want to.
Okay, yeah.
It has to be available.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm good with whatever,
Mhm.
I'm available. So,
Yeah, the subcommittee,
So
doesn't
just
have
have-
to be allowed, but they don't have to be allowed to speak.
yeah, I remember you doing one for, was it?
Short-term rentals.
Short-term rentals, yeah.
Yeah, that was last year.
How many people have been on subcommittees? Certain number.
One planning board member should be on it, but it can be up, it's either less than a quorum, so 3.
Well, is that-
3 from the planning board can be on a subcommittee, or it can be the whole planning board. So if you guys want to make a proposal, I can appoint a subcommittee.
You want to just do that? Just appoint a subcommittee, and have Doug and Matt, and if anybody else wants to. I don't,
Yeah, as long as it's not a quorum of the board.
so,
So it can only be 3 planning board members.
so does anybody
Up
else
to.
want to?
I'll go to it, but I'll be out of town next week, so I can't go to,
Well, I was just meaning, does anybody?
yeah, no, I would go, I mean, if no one else wants to, I'm happy to go on it, but, I don't need to. I mean, so,
So we have two right now.
and I'll be out of town a lot coming up, but if I'm here, I'll come.
So can you, Roberta, can you nominate a subcommittee with just two?
Yes, and they can, if you know somebody else from the public that, might want input, it's fine,
So they can, and then do you get to post a meeting or?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it just has to be posted on the website, down the hallway.
All right. So did you just nominate?
No, when do you guys, okay, so I'm, going to appoint Matt.
Can we,
Dead.
can we back up?
Yep,
So, motion for public hearing on the ADU, that's where we stopped, and then we went down this rabbit hole. So let's come up.
we haven't gone, didn't get that done, you're right. Okay, so let's close out the motion. I make a motion to post for public hearing the amendment to the accessory dwelling unit ordinance for December 2nd at 7 PM.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 7-0. Okay, that's taken care of. Subcommittee, all you guys need to do is, let me or Susan know, or Al know, so that the meeting can get put on the schedule. And you can meet in the planning board office or in here.
Yeah, next Tuesday.
You want to do it next Tuesday? Okay, so I'm appointing
Almost 7 o'clock.
Doug Sepula and Matt Olson to do a subcommittee on planning for the potential of backlots. That's it. No second, no nothing. I just appoint. It's the only thing I can do.
So then if there's another, we gotta find another member, and we gotta.
No, you can discuss it yourselves. You can invite members of the public. Members of the public may come when it's posted.
All right, I got it. Just collaborate, see, we gotta research.
Yes, you just have to think of the whole thing. Yeah, so I was just actually talking to somebody about this.
I know we had that about a month ago.
Yeah, so it's,
It doesn't have to be done in one meeting either.
Oh, okay, there you go. No, no.
yeah, so the biggest thing is, figuring out, what is available to do that. It's like if we have, our 250 foot of frontage. So it's not, unless they've got 300 feet of frontage or 275, it's gonna be a 30 foot right of way, so they still keep their frontage. So you don't create
Right.
a non-conforming lot, which will never fly. So,
Before we adjourn, can I just bring up one thing?
yes, you may.
Is there any possibility that people would want to have this meeting early at 7 o'clock?
Oh,
We're one of the oddball groups that meets later.
I know everybody started doing it. 6 is too early. The
3:30.
EAC is
6:30
6:30.
is fine with me.
For me, yeah, EAC is 6:30, which that,
Early
seems to
enough.
work.
What time are meetings?
Our meetings,
Selectmen meetings?
oh, you can have the meeting whenever you want.
Selectmen's meetings are at 6, which is pretty early.
Select-
Yeah, that's pretty early.
6 is early? 6 is
Yeah.
early in the summer, but not in the winter.
It's early for people, that are trying to do dinner and that work.
That's true.
That's fine.
You gotta consider the work.
People that work.
2:30.
People that have dinner and work. They go, that's true.
Yeah. Just putting it out there and I just, think about it.
No,
I'm indifferent. You want to have it earlier, cool. You want to have it later, cool.
Yeah,
No, I can do anything.
I can do as early as anybody wants. I would say I think the same. I'm flexible.
I'm the oddball
We don't need you.
out. No, I don't know.
Yeah, so what time you get off work? Depends.
It depends.
It depends.
As long as you have.
You just got said it though, because he depends, he's in that in the morning, so.
Yeah, that's a big, it's just to accommodate. Yeah. 7, it does really seem late in the winter.
Well, that's all I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, summertime, maybe we consider doing off months where it's pitch black out at 4:30, so.
I think we should just make a time after every meeting. Like, we should try 4. Oh, that didn't work. 5, 6. You know, try it. I don't know what's gonna work.
Noon
Would
time.
you have to change the website though?
Yeah, well, it's posted.
Question, I'm looking real quick, did you look on the calendar for next,
Is there
December
something-
2nd.
no, I'm looking for November 11th. Would there be a reason the town offices are closed? Is that?
Oh, it's Veterans Day.
It's Veterans Day.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm just asking for your subcommittee, if you were gonna do Tuesday, November 11th, the offices and everything here are closed because it's Veterans Day.
Yeah, throw a better ball. Come on now.
What?
Yeah, no, that's,
So you can, it doesn't have to be Tuesday.
oh, we can do it every day?
Yeah.
Perfect.
We're doing
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah.
I just want to do it next week.
Check what the calendar says for them. What-
Well, let's do the West Wednesday.
12th is, DOS meeting.
But what was the next one? 13th.
I thought the OS was tomorrow.
It is, but in a budget season.
We're having-
Oh, your budget season, so it's Wednesday.
The 13th work?
Yeah, the BAC, their meeting. Yes. Actually, you can use the planning office.
It is planning, doesn't have
What?
one here,
On Wednesday.
whatever day.
Yeah, the 12th.
As long as you have access to it, yeah, there, you're all set.
Yeah.
So guys look for 10 a.m.
Let's do
Go
the,
hang out with Al.
can we do the 12th?
Yep.
Okay. I just want to put it in the schedule. Wednesday now.
Okay, what time?
Saturday.
I can go.
And will somebody be here to let them in there at 7?
One.
Oh, wait, before the 3:01 is here, then it will. Right.
Yeah.
Schedule 6 p.m. So you're gonna miss all the excitement.
No, we don't want to, we don't want to, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, because you've got your master key opens that off.
I don't have a master key.
Yeah, you do.
Perfect.
Or the selectors do, which I agree with. That's,
I know.
Range.
No,
I do not.
when they rekey everything.
Even though.
It's a gratifying sound.
Go ahead.
Standing up. That's what.
Are we dismissed?
Oh, yeah, because see, I just had one key.
We adjourned?
Yes, 8:15.
All right, I do not cut that, you know, with
That
over.
was the thing.
Great.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Good night. See you guys.